Hello from London. This is Alan Robinson, beat writer for the Trib, covering the Steelers. I'm Dejan Kovacevic, columnist, and we just saw some rather weary-looking Steelers over there inside the Four Seasons Hotel. Lamar Woodley, in particular, looked like he was actually using the podium to hold himself up. Alan, how much should we be questioning whether the Steelers should have come over here earlier in the week? Lamar just came right out and said he thought they should have.
Yeah, he just said they Cheerio, by the way. He just said that he thought that they probably should have come over. Of course, that's a guy who just came off a plane and went to a news conference 3 hours later. Now they're dealing with practice. They'll go back into the routine. I assume a lot of them will then, after the late afternoon practice, will go back and sleep. But is that a good idea? Why do you want to sleep in the evening and then try to sleep at night?
Yeah, I asked Mike Tomlin basically if they're going to do anything at all to make sure that the players stay awake today, stay awake into the night, which you have to do, which actually is kind of what we did when we got here yesterday.
Yeah, we did the same thing.
You stay awake. The Mike Tomlin's response was, well, they're going to be way too busy today to have a chance to fall asleep because they're going to have a practice in the late afternoon.
Yeah, which is very unusual. Usually they go in the morning on Friday.
And I'm telling you, you hear from people here, Alan, that it takes 2 to 4 days to become completely acclimated. I just wonder if this is going to be something that affects them. Remember, the Vikings have been here all week.
I was going to say, the Vikings have been here all week. The one difference is that they were the home team, and they had to do things like they had to put on a clinic and that kind of stuff. They were expected to do more things as the home team, just as the Jacksonville Jaguars will be expected to do more things as the home team. But the thing is, the visiting team, the Pittsburgh Steelers, they need to win a football game. And it doesn't matter whether they're playing in London or Calcutta or Pittsburgh or Charleston, West Virginia. They need to win a football game here this week. And there will be questions, serious questions asked about their travel schedule. If they come out and look jet-lagged, they look sleep-deprived like we are. I mean, there are serious questions about that. There's two schools of thoughts about this. There's always been the same thing when you go to the West Coast. Do you go early or and get acclimated to the time, or you just go and stay on your normal schedule and go play ball because you can play in the NFL at any time of the afternoon or night anyway. But this is a little bit different animal because you're going five time zones.
I will say this: the one thing that I did like that I heard from Mike Tomlin, that I heard from the players today, was that they're focused on the game. Anytime they were asked, are you going to go see this, or are you going to go see that, you can see all this wonderful architecture here behind us, these double-decker buses, there's everything, anything, a tourist could take a month to see everything that's here in London. It's fantastic. Every one of these guys said, we're here to focus on the game, we're here to win the game, and hey, at 0-3, you'd kind of hope so.
Well, also, too, they were trained to say that, too. You notice they were getting schooled before they went up to the podium
today. I did kind of notice that.
Yeah, especially after Lamar Woodley talked about the sleep deprivation thing. I think it's great. Like, we're standing right beside Hyde Park. I mean, Eric, the Rolling Stones played a concert over here earlier this summer. Eric Clapton plays concerts here. I mean, this is one of the great cities in the world, and yet nobody will remember the Steeler trip for London. All they'll remember is whether they win or lose.
0-4, right?
0-4, yeah.
Exactly.
And they haven't been 0-4 since 1968. And then there will be, how would you like to take an 0-4 as the Steelers into a bye week and having to answer all these questions about, you can imagine the questions that will come up then if they go 0-4.
Unimaginable.
For the first time since 1968, hardly anybody can remember that.
Well, on the other hand, the bright side of that, as Ben Roethlisberger was talking about just a little bit ago, if they do win, then they have the bye week to look at that. Maybe things can kind of turn around a little bit. This is Alan Robinson, the Trib's beat writer. I'm Dejan Kovacevic, columnist, coming to you from London.